while we're on the topic. LeBron walks in. You made a couple comments on it, on what he did. Yeah. And I know you talked about it with Full Send, Nelk Boys, all those guys. And, walks in, I think this kid's a game or something like that, and then he grabs a seat, doesn't even stand up. You're thinking maybe after you get to your seat, then you're going to stand up, at least pay some kind of respect.
Yeah.
Nothing. And, you see that. Why is that important? So maybe a person on the other side is going to say, look, he just chose to sit down. Why is that important to somebody on the left, right, and the middle for the biggest star in basketball to stand up during the national anthem?
Yeah, why it's important is because the place that he's made all his money and his billion-dollar net worth is the country that he's sitting down for, that national anthem, the fallen heroes of the families that supported his freedom here in America so he could chase his dreams and have his opportunity in the NBA. He would be nothing without this country. Try and go make that money over in China. Try and make that money in Korea and all these other countries that aren't free. No, you couldn't do it. So the fact that he's just spitting on the face of all our service members, all our military veterans, past and present, it's the most despicable thing I've ever seen in my life. The guy is just, he's just a shill.
Why do you think he's not? You think it's intentional?
It's intentional.
Why do you think he's not standing up?
Because, he's paid and bought for by Chinese. He's a Chinese finger puppet. He's got all his sweatshops over in China where he makes his hundreds of millions of dollars off merchandise. So he's told to have a muzzle on him and not talk.
Do you think he's told, or you think that's him? Meaning, because there's a lot of guys in the NBA that are, somebody can say, well, some owners, Mark Cuban defended this, that, but he still stands up. There's a lot of guys that are still paid by China that still stand up. Why do you think he's not standing up?
I think he's just completely paid and bought for, and I just don't think he's intelligent enough to formulate his own response to why he's not. It's just straight money going in his bank account.
You think he loves America?
No, he hates America. He sits down every time there's a national anthem playing. He shits on all our first responders. He's literally called hits on our first responders, the people that protect us and keep us free. Oh, police, BLM, oh, they're so bad. But then anytime there's any situation, oh, police, help me, help my James family, come protect us and make sure, none of my crazy fans come after me. But then he'll go on the internet and just talk about how police are so bad and he'll talk about a 1% of a situation and try and despise them like they're the bad guys when our first responders, our law enforcement is our heroes and our backbone of our country in America.
Has he ever given a positive shout out to cops?
No. Nope.
I just saw this tweet from 2021. Remember when he deleted the tweet about police shooting at Ma'Khia Bryant? LeBron James is inciting violence on Ohio police. What was a tweet that he had there? I'm so damn tired of seeing black people killed by police. I took the tweet down because it's being used to create more hate. This isn't about one officer. It's about the entirety of a system. I wonder, has he ever gone up and say, hey, I just want to thank everybody here, the service. I want to thank the military personnel. I want to thank our officers, our firefighters, our first responders.
Absolutely not, Pat.
Have you ever heard him say that?
No, absolutely not. And Colby, you hit the nail on the head. Just and it just goes to show how much China, and I've said this on multiple podcasts, he's obviously owned by China. A lot of the athletes here are, who is the wrestler?
John Cena.
John Cena said something sticking up for the poor people of Taiwan, and then he had to say an apology in Mandarin because he knows that's the hand that feeds.
Which he somehow speaks fluently.
Fluently. But and mind you, dude, and I've said this so many times, China owns our asses. They fly spy balloons. They own Biden. They own LeBron. And bro, the beauty about this country, and Colby, I'm a veteran, Pat's a veteran. You have the freedom here to do that. You can do that. You could sit there. He can make snow angels on the court, but guess what? You're a shitty person for doing it. I have zero respect. Okay, he's an athlete. People are like, well, you got to respect this game. I don't give a shit about the game. I'm not even a basketball fan, but you're a shitty person to go in there while everybody's standing up and respecting the national anthem, and you're sitting there. He's letting the world.
Terrible example to kids. Though.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Terrible
kids
example.
are watching and going, hey, if LeBron James, and people don't realize how many millions, Pat, how many millions of children in this country know, and they see that and they go, oh, you know what? He's doing it. To hell with America. We're evil. We're
by
wrong.
the way, for some people that are watching this, who are diehard LeBron fans, okay, they're like, oh, you guys are being unfair. I would love to see a video clip of him giving a shout out and thanking cops
Or military.
firefighters or military personnel. I'd love to see it. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Especially when he uses their service so constantly, as police security detail to protect his family. So the guy puts a ball in a hoop. You play a kid's game. You haven't solved world hunger. You haven't solved cancer. Stop acting like you're so righteous and you're perfect, dude. That guy's not a role model. The role models are military guys like you who fought for our freedoms and defended our country's land. First responders who, protect our communities, protect our all the big people in this country. And those are the role models that our kids should be looking up to, not these athletes who put a ball in a hoop. How does that make you so special?
Colby, maybe there's a deeper narrative here, because right now I'm picturing Colby versus LeBron, right? But I'm going deeper. I'm seeing UFC versus the NBA. What do I mean? So we all remember during 2020, during the bubble, no league was more woke or social justice warriors than the NBA.
Yep.
Everyone literally changed the name on their jerseys to whatever cause they had, end racism,
The current thing.
Whatever it was. I think a couple guys had "I'm with her." I don't know what's going on out there.
Yeah.
But UFC, so even Golden State Warriors, when they won the championship, they wouldn't go meet Trump in the White House. Yeah. So I think it's fair to say that the NBA is left. I don't see Trump going to NBA games.
No.
I see Trump showing up to UFC fights. Yeah. I see a lot of UFC guys, even Masvidal, who's not your buddy these days. We can touch on that at this point. He loves him some Trump. And a lot of guys are kind of, I assume, are in that camp. So from a deeper perspective, the UFC, the mentality, the ideology there versus the NBA, what they stand for, the relationship with China, not going to visit the White House, Adam Silver versus Dana White. There's a bigger, compelling story here. Give us the bigger narrative, NBA versus UFC.
Yeah, the bigger narrative is, Dana White, Hunter Campbell, the guys that run the UFC. They're free speech absolutists. They believe in us not being muzzled. We should be able to say whatever they want. In the NBA, Adam Silver tells them, nope, you're going to say the left narrative, and there's only going to be one way that we're going to talk about, because those are the guys that are paying our bills. Those are the ones that we have our merchandise deals with. Those are the ones that we have our TV deals with over in China. So, NBA is not a free league. I have guys that have reached out to me on Instagram from the NBA that are like, man, we appreciate what you're standing up for, Colby, but we can't say the same thing, because then we'll lose our livelihood. Then we won't have our checks to pay for our houses and pay for our food on the table for our families. So I feel bad for these guys where they're not allowed to express their real thoughts and feelings. They have to listen to what, the narrative that's shoved down their throat from the left in the NBA, and that there's one way. And if you go up against it, then you're going to lose your job. Look at what they did to Kyrie Irving.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.